I'm Mr. Steve, and I'm a Night Elf Mohawk. Welcome back to another episode of me building things in Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. Today I will be building a power plant to house the coal generators needed to power my base. I am taking inspiration from the SimCity 3000 coal power plant. I feel like SimCity did a really good job designing their buildings, and I wanted to recreate some of them in Minecraft. Someone has also made a model of this building for the Steam Workshop, so I was able to get a closer look at it for more than one angle. SimCity based their design on the real-life Battersea power plant in London, a coal plant built in the 1930s. I started off by making a large flat area to build on. I found a group of hills that formed a rough circle and filled in the area between them to make a plateau. The power plant will probably be at the center of our industrial district, so I wanted it to be higher in elevation than the surrounding terrain. The measurements of this building can be adjusted, but the dimensions I am using work out well. The base of the building is a 23 by 19 block rectangle. To avoid miscounting, I split this stack up so I have exactly the number of blocks that I need in my hand. From this base, I build up 6 more blocks to make the walls 7 blocks total. On the longer sides, I am just using regular stone. Infinity has so many different blocks that I could have used for the walls, but we literally have thousands of cobblestone thanks to the mining hammer from Tinker's Construct. In vanilla Minecraft, I think light gray concrete would look very nice. The entrances will be in the shorter sides. On the front, I am using white colored stone, which I found out has to be crafted. I was a little confused at first because I had painted the stone bricks for my iron farm, but Expert Mode has removed the ability to color stone and cobblestone by clicking on them with the paintbrush. With one dye, though, you can color 7 blocks of stone, so it's not too bad. The first 3 blocks on the corners won't be seen once the building is finished, so I am using regular stone there for filler. Build the walls up all to the same height of 7 blocks. I am using marble and marble stairs, concrete stairs, stone slabs, and red wool to decorate the 4 smokestacks. In front of the corners on the short sides of the building, I build a 2 by 2 pillar of stone that is 11 blocks tall. Around the top of the pillar, I place 8 upside-down concrete stairs. I continue the pillar another 6 blocks with white-colored stone. At the very top, I place 4 blocks of red wool. I thought the red-colored stone and clay were too dull, but they are fireproof if that's an issue. Redstone blocks are also a good-looking alternative, but I need all the redstone we can get to make all the machines with. You can, of course, build them taller or shorter, whatever you think looks good. I may add some cobwebs or ash cloud from the nether floating above the smokestacks to look like smoke. While I am up on the roof, I add a layer of stone slabs to the top of the longer walls. On both sides of the smokestacks, I add a 2-wide pillar made of marble that is 8 blocks tall, 1 block higher than the walls. On top, I place 2 stone slabs. At the base, I add 2 more blocks of marble with marble stairs on top. In front of the stone pillar, Add 2 blocks of stone with stone brick stairs. Along the front and back of the building, I place a row of white colored stone and marble stairs between the smokestacks to create a low wall. On the sides of the building, I place a row of raw andesite on the ground. Along the top, place 2 stone slabs next to each other, then skip a block and repeat. In the gaps, I stacked 5 more andesite up to 1 block under the wall height and added a stone slab on the top, creating 7 pillars along the wall. Returning to the front of the building, I break out 6 little windows. I meant to add some glass panes or iron bars as well, but it looks okay without them. I break out a 2 wide, 3 high doorway and add blackout curtains. This looks very industrial to me, plus I don't have to right-click any doors. I used my chisel to craft 2 types of diorite tile and made a checkerboard pattern on the floor with it. The front of the SimCity power plant has some corrugated metal below the roof. Infinity does have a sheet metal block made with iron plates that looks very similar, but at this point it will cost me 2 iron per block. I ended up using Tyrian, a block added by the chisel mod. 8 blocks of stone and 1 iron ingot gives you 8 blocks of Tyrian. I then used the chisel to turn it into the shiny, futuristic armor plating texture. Despite sounding very important, its only use is for decoration. Behind the marble pillars on the smokestacks, I make a wall of stone that is 2 blocks tall. I filled in the gap that is left with the white colored stone. At the top of the front wall and 1 block back, make a row of the Tyrian that is 13 blocks long and add stone slabs on top of them. Behind the slabs, I add another 13 blocks of Tyrian. On the next layer, I use 11 blocks, then 7, and finally 3 on top. Now it's time to build the roof. I am using acacia wood slabs, but red bricks would look better if you feel like digging up a bunch of clay. Unfortunately, we need the clay to make another couple blast furnaces. Stack the slabs on top of the Tyrian to make a smooth slope. When you get to the stone wall, place a row of lighter colored slabs. I am using marble, but quartz or birch would look good too. Extend the roof to the other side. I create an overhang off the front of the coal plant by adding another layer of acacia slabs and then a layer of the marble. Double up your slabs on the outside to make the trim look solid. And that's all there is to it. This is a relatively simple build, but I think you can tell it's supposed to be a power plant without too much trouble. I have a lumberjack's axe that cuts down a whole tree at once and a grove of super spruces, so we have plenty of logs to turn into charcoal. I made a furnace array with some extra utilities pipes. The slab furnaces are automatable, as you can see, but they look kind of silly, so I will replace them with full furnaces eventually. It does take a little while for all the furnaces to fill up, but it really doesn't matter when you're putting in 50 stacks of wood at a time. Right now, I have to manually carry the charcoal over to the generators and blast furnace. The extra utilities pipes are not very efficient over long distances or for networks with many inputs and outputs, so I will be looking into other ways of moving items. In Endgame, we will use Ender IO's Tesseracts and the Applied Energetics ME network, but this is far in the future. The inside of the coal plant is large enough for our power generation and several other machines that use it. Make sure you have adequate lighting. There is more than enough room to add a second floor for even more capacity. I will be building workshops and warehouses around the plant as we accumulate more gadgets. I have been running around Aroma's mining dimension, raiding villages for their smelteries and agricraft seeds. As you can see on the map, the villages spawn frequently and fairly close to each other. It is a lot easier and safer to find them here than in the overworld. I am thinking about breeding some faster horses to speed up my pillaging. Thank you so much for spending a couple minutes of your day with me. I appreciate it greatly, and I hope you will come back for the next episode. Have a great day.